Master of Negotiation, How to Win in Any Situation, written and published by Sonic Tome. Negotiation is often perceived as a battleground, a test of wills where one side emerges victorious while the other walks away defeated. Yet, beneath this surface, tension lies a complex dance of psychology, strategy, and human emotion that, when mastered, can transform everyday interactions into opportunities for collaboration and success. Imagine walking into any situation, whether it's a high-stakes business meeting, a personal discussion with a loved one, or even a casual conversation, with the confidence and skills to not only advocate for your own interests, but also to understand and meet the needs of others. Every encounter presents a unique canvas, painted with the nuances of body language, tone of voice, and the subtleties of spoken words. The ability to read these layers, to decipher what remains unspoken, is a powerful skill that can shift the dynamics in your favor. It's not merely about what you say, but how you say it, and how well you listen. True mastery of negotiation lies in the art of influence, crafting a narrative that resonates with others and creates a sense of shared purpose. Consider the moments that have shaped your life, from the decisions made in the boardroom to the heartfelt conversations with friends. Each interaction is an opportunity to wield influence, to inspire agreement, or to build a bridge over perceived divides. However, harnessing this power requires more than innate charisma or clever arguments. It demands a deep understanding of the psychological currents that flow through human interactions. It requires an awareness of the invisible landscape of emotions, motivations, and unspoken agreements that govern our decisions. As you embark on this exploration, prepare to uncover the hidden layers of negotiation. You'll discover how to craft a presence that draws others in, how to harness the language of persuasion, and how to navigate the often turbulent waters of emotional currents. You'll learn the delicate balance between confidence and humility, building trust that serves as the foundation for fruitful dialogue. Each chapter reveals strategies that transform negotiation from a contentious struggle into an elegant collaboration, allowing you to close deals with finesse while laying the groundwork for future opportunities. In this journey, you'll not only refine your skills, but also reshape your perspective on what it means to negotiate. You'll come to understand that at its core, negotiation is an opportunity for connection, a chance to create mutually beneficial outcomes that foster long-lasting relationships. Whether you find yourself in the heat of a negotiation or contemplating the next steps in a delicate conversation, the insights you gain will empower you to approach every interaction with intention and clarity. As you delve deeper, remember that mastery is not a destination, but a continuous path of growth and learning. Each experience, whether successful or challenging, serves as a building block in your negotiation journey. Embrace the lessons, cultivate your unique style, and step boldly into the art of negotiation, where influence becomes an extension of who you are and the connections you build. Chapter 1. The Blueprint of Influence. In any conversation, layers of influence operate beneath the surface, shaping outcomes without a single word being spoken. Influence in negotiation begins with an understanding of this hidden architecture, the foundation on which all persuasive exchanges are built. At the core of this blueprint lies a mixture of subtle signals, intent, and presence, all combining to form the silent energy that surrounds the conversation. To master influence, it's essential to first recognize that every conversation is a delicate dance of expectations and perceptions. Each participant enters with their own worldview, motives, and unconscious biases, which silently dictate how they listen, respond, and interpret. The art of influence involves reading these currents, anticipating responses, and guiding the dialogue toward a favorable outcome. But rather than pushing or overpowering, effective influence is about attunement, adjusting yourself in such a way that your presence seamlessly aligns with the person across from you. One of the first elements in this blueprint is perceptive listening. Listening is not simply hearing, it is absorbing everything the other person conveys, both verbally and non-verbally. To become highly influential, one must be attuned to the subtle shifts in tone, pace, and body language. Notice how someone leans in when something resonates or hesitates when confronted with discomfort. These physical cues, often unnoticed, reveal much about what the other person values, fears, or wishes to conceal. By observing these details, you can tailor your responses to mirror their needs and guide the conversation without resistance. Another key layer is the power of silence. Silence, though often uncomfortable, is one of the most potent tools in any negotiation. When used strategically, it creates a space that encourages the other person to fill the void with more information, often revealing thoughts they might not have intended to share. Silence can act as a prompt, inviting the other person to continue speaking and, in the process, unveil insights into their mindset. Mastery of silence allows you to lead conversations without overt control. It creates an atmosphere where the other party feels compelled to clarify their own thoughts, giving you valuable information that can be used to guide the discussion more effectively. Presence is another fundamental aspect of influence. Presence isn't just about being physically in the room. It's about radiating an energy that others can feel and respond to. When you walk into a negotiation fully aware of your goals, grounded in your sense of purpose, and attuned to the nuances of the exchange, you emanate an aura of certainty. This quiet confidence can be more persuasive than any argument or appeal, as people naturally align with those who appear self-assured and composed. Your demeanor sets the tone for the interaction. A calm and centered presence invites trust and respect, creating a fertile ground for influence. A critical but often overlooked component of the blueprint is the ability to frame and reframe perspectives. Framing is the art of positioning ideas in a way that speaks to the other person's values and desires. By understanding what the other person cares about most, you can present your proposal or argument in a light that resonates with their core motivations. The goal is to make your point of view feel like a natural extension of their own thinking, allowing them to feel aligned with the direction you are suggesting. Reframing, on the other hand, is about subtly shifting perspectives when resistance arises. When the other person's objections surface, instead of meeting them head-on, reframing allows you to shift the focus to an alternative way of seeing the situation, often diffusing tension and inviting new possibilities. Lastly, influence in negotiation is largely about creating a perception of mutual benefit. No one enjoys feeling pressured or manipulated. Thus, the most successful negotiations are those where both parties feel they are walking away with something of value. To cultivate this, it's essential to approach each conversation not solely with your interests in mind, but with a genuine curiosity about what would make the other person feel satisfied. Demonstrating an interest in their perspective builds goodwill, fosters openness, and ultimately makes them more willing to accommodate your needs as well. Through mutual benefit, influence becomes not a battle for control, but a shared path forward, strengthening both the immediate negotiation and the foundation for future interactions. By combining these elements, perceptive listening, the power of silence, a compelling presence, the art of framing, and the promise of mutual benefit, you create a layered strategy that allows influence to flow naturally. This blueprint doesn't rely on force or manipulation, but on understanding, awareness, and alignment, guiding each conversation toward a result that feels both rewarding and fair. In mastering these dynamics, you'll not only shape outcomes in your favor, but also develop a reputation as a skilled and fair negotiator, whose influence extends beyond the immediate conversation. Chapter 2. Reading the Invisible Landscape. In every interaction, words tell one story, while an unspoken language tells another, often revealing the truth hidden beneath polite phrases or calculated responses. The art of reading this invisible landscape is about tuning into a layer of reality that goes beyond spoken language, tapping into subtle cues that convey genuine intentions, underlying emotions, and hidden motivations. Mastering this skill requires a sharpened sensitivity to the often overlooked details that frame our interactions, expressions, gestures, pauses, and shifts in energy that signal far more than any spoken sentence can. The first step in deciphering this unseen language is through observing physical shifts. Our bodies instinctively respond to our inner world, even if we strive to mask it. A person leaning forward or stepping back, a quick glance to the side, or a raised eyebrow may appear inconsequential, yet each of these movements is charged with meaning. When someone leans in, they are drawn in, possibly curious, intrigued, or open to what you're saying. When they lean back, there may be doubt, discomfort, or a need for distance. Micro-expressions, fleeting emotional cues that flicker across the face in fractions of a second, provide windows into feelings before they're concealed by a mask of neutrality or professionalism. Being attuned to these nuances gives you an advantage in understanding the person's true response to your words. Breath and rhythm are other powerful indicators. The way someone breathes and the rhythm of their speech often change subtly when they feel stressed, excited, or hesitant. Notice if their breathing becomes shallow, signaling anxiety, or if it deepens and slows, reflecting comfort and openness. Similarly, the speed and fluidity of their speech offer insights into their current mindset. A person who speaks quickly might be anxious or eager to convey a particular point, while a slower pace may indicate careful consideration or perhaps even a guarded hesitation. These physiological markers may seem minor, but they offer significant insights into the internal landscape of the other person. Energy shifts are equally telling, although they are even less tangible than body language or breath. Human beings naturally emit subtle energetic cues that, when noticed, can reveal shifts in mood or intent. Picture entering a room after a tense argument. Even if no one is talking, you can feel the lingering intensity. This skill involves sensing these subtle changes in energy on an individual level. When the energy between you and the other person feels light, open, or warm, it often signals comfort, ease, and connection. When it feels dense or heavy, it may suggest resistance, skepticism, or unspoken discomfort. Becoming sensitive to these shifts enables you to adapt your approach without relying solely on the visible. Pacing and mirroring can also reveal alignment, rapport, or the lack thereof. When someone is in sync with you, their body language, tone, and energy will naturally start to align with yours, mirroring your movements, expressions, or vocal tone. This mirroring is often subconscious and suggests that the person feels connected and is subconsciously agreeing with or understanding you. However, a sudden shift or lack of mirroring might indicate that the alignment is faltering, perhaps due to a new doubt, a hidden objection, or an internal recalibration of their stance. Hand movements and micro-gestures are also potent indicators. For instance, when someone holds their hands open, palms facing you, it often signals openness or honesty. In contrast, hands clasped tightly or hidden may suggest reluctance, anxiety, or a desire to conceal something. Similarly, smaller micro-gestures, such as touching one's face, scratching an ear, or playing with an object, often signal uncertainty, discomfort, or distraction. These tiny movements, though often overlooked, provide insight into their mental state, giving you a deeper understanding of their focus and internal dialogue. Eye behavior is perhaps one of the most informative windows into a person's true thoughts. Eyes often reflect our emotional states, even before we recognize them consciously. Prolonged eye contact can signify confidence, engagement, or interest, while frequent shifts in eye movement can signal restlessness or avoidance. When someone's gaze briefly moves upward or to the side, it can indicate they're accessing a memory or considering a thought, while looking away entirely may suggest discomfort or a need to disengage momentarily. The pupils, too, reveal more than many realize. Dilation can indicate heightened interest or emotional arousal, while constriction might suggest discomfort or disinterest. One powerful aspect of reading the invisible landscape is understanding how these cues interconnect to form a coherent story. Each cue on its own may be inconsequential or even misleading, but together they create a tapestry that offers a more accurate and nuanced picture of the person's internal world. For instance, someone might exhibit an open posture but avoid eye contact, indicating they are partially engaged but perhaps cautious or holding back certain information. By synthesizing these signals, you begin to see not only what the person says, but the layers of meaning that lie beneath. Becoming adept at reading the invisible landscape is not about judgment. Rather, it is about understanding, gaining a sensitivity to the unique ways people communicate beyond words. This understanding allows you to adapt in real time, meeting the needs and concerns they haven't voiced. Chapter 3. Crafting your presence. Presence is an invisible force, something deeply felt rather than seen, yet its effects are undeniable. Shaping a magnetic aura that commands attention is not a matter of acting a certain way or saying the right words, but is a result of cultivating an authentic and deeply grounded self-awareness. This magnetic quality is a subtle but potent form of influence, an energy that encourages others to look up, listen closely, and instinctively trust your words. To craft such a presence, start with the foundation of grounded self-assurance. This is not a loud, attention-seeking confidence, but a calm certainty in who you are and what you represent. Groundedness speaks of inner stability that does not waver under pressure. When you cultivate this inner strength, you emit a natural sense of calm that others can feel. This calmness, paradoxically, carries great power. It reassures those around you, creating an atmosphere of trust and reliability that invites respect. This is because grounded people are often perceived as individuals who are unshaken by circumstances, suggesting a quiet resilience that others are drawn to. Next, pay attention to intentional body language. Presence is often communicated before you speak a single word. The way you carry yourself sends signals about your state of mind and intentions. Standing tall without rigidity, maintaining an open posture, and moving with deliberate fluidity all create an impression of someone who is both confident and approachable. Your physical stance and movements should convey comfort and ease in your own skin, projecting a silent message of self-respect and authority. Your gestures, too, should be intentional, neither excessive nor restrained. Controlled, purposeful movements such as measured hand gestures when speaking, or a slight forward lean when listening, signal engagement and strength without appearing forced. An aura of presence is also shaped through the power of your gaze. Direct eye contact, when sincere and respectful, forms a direct bridge between you and the other person. It conveys a readiness to connect, an openness that is both assertive and inviting. The eyes have a unique way of communicating emotions and intentions that words cannot match. A steady, kind gaze shows you are fully present, which commands the other person's attention naturally. This depth of gaze, however, is best when balanced. Too intense, and it may feel imposing. Too brief, and it might seem distracted or insincere. When held just right, your gaze becomes a tool that grounds both you and the other person in the present moment, creating an unspoken rapport. Another vital piece of presence is the energy in your voice. The tone, rhythm, and volume with which you speak are as essential as the words you choose. A voice that is clear, steady, and unhurried has a powerful effect on others. It signals control, confidence, and poise. When your voice carries an intentional rhythm, you draw people in, encouraging them to listen more intently. It is not about raising your voice to be heard, but about speaking with conviction and clarity. A slight pause before speaking, allowing a moment for your words to settle, amplifies your authority and ensures you are heard, as it conveys thoughtfulness and weight. A voice with rich variation in tone, warm when necessary, firm when needed, becomes a conduit of both empathy and strength. Equally important is being fully present in the moment. People can instinctively sense when your attention is divided or if you are mentally elsewhere. Genuine presence requires that you give your full attention, tuning out distractions and focusing solely on the person or task before you. When people feel they have your undivided attention, they sense that you respect and value them, a quality that naturally commands respect in return. This focused presence requires self-discipline, as it means releasing concerns or distractions about the past or future and bringing yourself into the present conversation fully. It is a form of generosity, giving your energy and attention without expectation, which in turn creates a bond of trust and openness. Finally, authenticity is the quiet magnetism that gives presence its lasting impact. A crafted presence that lacks authenticity quickly reveals itself as hollow. True presence is rooted in self-honesty, a willingness to be open and real without hiding behind a facade. Authenticity does not mean revealing every thought or feeling, but it does mean embodying a genuine alignment between your inner values and outward actions. When you communicate with sincerity, it resonates deeply with others. This is because people are naturally drawn to those who embody their truth, those whose words and actions reflect a true inner coherence. Authenticity becomes a stabilizing force, as it assures people that what they see is what they get, creating a sense of predictability and integrity that further strengthens your presence. Crafting your presence, then, is about harmonizing each of these elements, grounding yourself in quiet confidence, embodying intentional body language, maintaining an engaged gaze, infusing your voice with purpose, committing to full presence in each moment, and bringing authenticity into every interaction. Together, these qualities weave a magnetic field around you, shaping an aura that naturally draws respect, attentiveness, and trust without force or pretense. It is a way of being that leaves a lasting impression on others, allowing you to command a room without saying a word. Chapter 4. Language of Persuasion. Persuasion is an art of subtlety, a nuanced dance between words and emotions that, when executed masterfully, gently guides the listener toward alignment without force or coercion. It begins with understanding that words are not merely tools for transferring information, but vehicles for shaping perception, inspiring action, and creating connection. Effective persuasion is about crafting statements that resonate on a deeper level, aligning with the listener's values, and drawing them into agreement without them feeling pressured. The first layer of this language is found in speaking with intention. Every word carries weight. Thus, selecting words that mirror the listener's desires and needs creates a bridge of shared understanding. When you use language that reflects their concerns and aspirations, you foster a sense of alignment and empathy. It's less about manipulating and more about genuinely connecting on common ground. This subtle but effective technique creates a tone of camaraderie, allowing the listener to feel seen and understood. Phrasing ideas in a way that suggests collaboration rather than competition brings the listener closer, fostering a relationship built on mutual respect and shared objectives. Power words, phrases that evoke specific emotions or ideas, have a potent effect on how your message is received. Language that emphasizes progress, opportunity, growth, and potential taps into the listener's intrinsic motivation. Words like transform, discover, or empower invite the listener to imagine possibilities and inspire a sense of progress or improvement. Similarly, using sensory language that appeals to the five senses creates a vivid mental image that enhances the message's impact. A phrase like visualize the freedom of choice conjures a sense of liberation that is more evocative than merely suggesting many options. Sensory language engages the mind's imagination, making ideas feel tangible and real, pulling the listener toward an affirmative response. Framing statements positively is another essential technique. When presenting a solution or proposal, it is more effective to emphasize what can be gained rather than what could be lost. This approach allows the listener to envision benefits and minimizes any latent fears or doubts. For example, instead of saying, "You won't fail with this approach," rephrase it to, "This approach ensures your success." Positive framing makes your message more appealing, reinforcing confidence and increasing the listener's comfort with the idea. Moreover, positive framing signals optimism and forward thinking, subtly encouraging the listener to align with that mindset. Another critical element of persuasive language is asking open-ended questions that guide the listener to reflect on their own thoughts, needs, or aspirations. Rather than dictating your perspective, asking questions like, "What do you think will have the greatest impact?" or "How do you envision achieving this goal?" creates a dialogue rather than a monologue. This approach invites engagement, making the listener an active participant in the conversation, and giving them a sense of ownership over the direction of the discussion. When people feel they are contributing to the conversation, they are far more likely to agree with conclusions that feel partially their own. A compelling technique in persuasive language is speaking to outcomes and results that directly align with the listener's motivations. Instead of explaining processes or steps, focus on the end benefits, painting a picture of how their life, career, or situation will improve. This approach taps into a desire for tangible results and provides the listener with a clear, appealing vision of what's achievable. By honing in on the outcome, you remove unnecessary details that might dilute the message and focus on the destination, something that resonates with those who prioritize clear results. Mirroring language, using similar words, phrases, or expressions as the person you're speaking to, fosters rapport and creates a sense of unity. When you reflect their vocabulary or style, it subtly conveys that you are on the same wavelength, encouraging a natural connection. This mirroring works best when done with sensitivity, so it feels organic rather than contrived. People respond positively to those who communicate in a style that reflects their own, as it creates a sense of familiarity and trust, increasing the likelihood of agreement. The language of persuasion also involves a balance of conciseness and emphasis. In communication, brevity carries power. A clear, direct statement often resonates more than an elaborate explanation. By choosing words with precision and avoiding unnecessary fillers, your statements gain clarity and strength. However, emphasizing certain key points by repeating them or placing them at strategic moments can reinforce important ideas without redundancy. Skillfully chosen emphasis, whether through vocal intonation or by structuring the statement's rhythm, draws the listener's attention to critical elements and makes them more memorable. Finally, confidence in delivery is essential in persuasive language. The most compelling message falls short without self-assured delivery. The way words are spoken, tone, pace, and conviction has a profound effect on how they are received. A confident, calm tone conveys a sense of authority and trustworthiness, making it easier for others to feel secure in agreeing with you. Even small pauses can add gravity to your words, allowing your message to settle in and resonate before you continue. This pacing demonstrates that you value your words and trust that they hold merit, silently encouraging the listener to share that confidence. Mastering the language of persuasion means moving beyond mere words, embracing a vocabulary and tone that feels genuine, empathetic, and outcome-focused. It is not about impressing, convincing, or overpowering, but about creating a natural pathway to agreement, one that aligns with the listener's deeper aspirations and core values. With these principles, each word becomes a carefully chosen step that brings others toward understanding and agreement naturally, without pressure or persuasion that feels forced. Chapter 5. Navigating Emotional Currents. Negotiation is rarely an entirely rational exchange. Beneath the surface, currents of emotion flow strongly, guiding both spoken words and unspoken intentions. Understanding these emotional tides allows for a more perceptive and intuitive approach to negotiation, where one can sense underlying feelings, adapt in real time, and influence outcomes without clashing against these powerful forces. In navigating these currents, it's essential to stay steady, observing and understanding emotions, both your own and those of others, while keeping a clear focus on the goal. The first skill in navigating emotions lies in maintaining inner calm amid external tension. When tempers rise or stakes feel high, reactions tend to escalate, feeding into a loop that amplifies stress and emotion. By grounding yourself and staying inwardly composed, you build a resilience that shields you from being swept up in emotional surges. This sense of calm can be cultivated through controlled breathing, mindful listening, and intentional body language. When you project calmness, it acts as an anchor for the interaction, often de-escalating tense situations and encouraging others to follow suit. The steady, unshaken demeanor conveys strength and keeps the conversation open and constructive, inviting others to focus on the issue rather than on the emotions surrounding it. Reading between the lines means being attuned to the subtle cues in others' expressions, body language, and tone. Emotion often reveals itself indirectly in the way someone pauses before speaking, shifts in posture, or changes in vocal tone. These small but telling signals offer insights into underlying concerns, frustrations, or uncertainties. Observing with a sharp eye and a sensitive ear allows you to identify these hidden feelings without pressing for explanations. This awareness creates a fuller picture of the situation, helping you to navigate with empathy and adjust your approach in a way that respects and aligns with the other person's emotional state. Another vital element of navigating emotional currents is managing your own reactions. Emotions like frustration or defensiveness can arise naturally, especially if you feel misunderstood or challenged. However, letting these reactions surface openly can derail the negotiation. Instead, practicing self-awareness, recognizing when emotions flare within yourself, gives you a chance to control and channel them constructively. Sometimes, taking a slight pause before responding or rephrasing thoughts in a neutral tone can transform potentially volatile moments into calm, productive exchanges. In situations where emotion threatens to cloud your reasoning, centering yourself with a simple mental reminder of the end goal brings clarity and allows you to refocus on the broader picture. In addition to self-awareness, empathetic listening forms a bridge across emotional divides. When you genuinely listen, not only to the words, but to the emotional undercurrents behind them, you communicate that the other person's feelings are respected and validated. Empathetic listening requires you to set aside your own thoughts momentarily and tune into the other's perspective fully. When people feel genuinely heard, even if their position is not agreed upon, they often become less defensive and more open to compromise. This process of listening with empathy is not about agreement, but about creating a shared space where emotions are acknowledged and respected, which can ease tension and foster trust. At the same time, asserting boundaries in a steady, composed manner is key when emotions become intense. Empathy does not mean absorbing others' frustrations or grievances. Rather, it is the capacity to engage respectfully without compromising your own stance. When someone expresses strong emotions, responding calmly yet firmly, without mirroring their emotional intensity, sets a boundary that invites mutual respect. This steady assertiveness assures others that while you understand their perspective, you also remain grounded in your position, creating a balanced dynamic that respects both sides' needs. Redirecting emotions toward constructive outcomes is another skill in navigating these currents. When emotions rise, they can either fuel conflict or, when channeled effectively, drive collaboration. For instance, if someone feels passionately about their position, you can acknowledge this passion as a sign of their commitment and invite them to explore solutions together. This reframing shifts the focus from confrontation to collaboration, harnessing emotion as a motivational force rather than an obstacle. In moments when frustration arises, encouraging open but respectful communication of these feelings can often lead to greater transparency and deeper understanding between both sides. Lastly, maintaining flexibility without compromising clarity is crucial in emotionally charged exchanges. Emotional currents are often unpredictable. Sometimes a position that seems firm will soften if given the right environment and approach. Being adaptable means adjusting your strategies in response to shifts in the emotional landscape, rather than rigidly adhering to a predefined course. At the same time, clarity about your objectives serves as an anchor, ensuring that while you may alter your approach, your destination remains unchanged. This combination of adaptability and purpose creates a dynamic presence that others can sense, respecting your flexibility while understanding your firm commitment to the goal. In understanding and navigating emotional currents, you become adept at sensing the emotional climate of a negotiation, reading hidden cues, and responding in ways that calm, redirect, or affirm the other person. This approach allows for an engagement that is both insightful and steady, where emotions are recognized and respected, yet always oriented toward the greater purpose. Through mastering this emotional landscape, you establish a foundation of respect, clarity, and mutual understanding that naturally guides the conversation forward. Chapter 6. Seizing Moments of Power. In any negotiation, there are fleeting moments when influence is at its peak, moments when the trajectory of the conversation can be subtly shifted to create a path toward your desired outcome. Recognizing and acting upon these windows requires acute awareness, patience, and decisiveness. These instances are not always obvious. They emerge in the quiet lulls, in a single pause, in the inflection of someone's voice, or when new information is introduced. They may appear when an objection surfaces or a new idea is considered. By learning to sense these moments, you can harness their potential, steering the conversation with ease and confidence. One key to seizing these moments of power lies in timing. Timing is not merely about when to speak, but also about when to hold back, to allow silence to stretch just enough to encourage reflection or to let an idea settle. Silence is often underestimated, yet it holds immense power when used strategically. A well-timed pause allows the other person to process, reconsider, or feel compelled to fill the space, often revealing deeper thoughts or unspoken concerns. In this way, timing gives you the chance to observe reactions, adjusting your approach in real time based on what these pauses reveal. Holding silence can be just as powerful as speaking, as it provides a momentary vacuum that others often feel inclined to address. Attunement to shifts in energy is also essential. In the course of a discussion, there are subtle changes in the energy of the exchange that can signify readiness, hesitation, or even an opening for influence. For example, when the other party leans forward, becomes visibly more engaged, or shifts their tone, these are signals that a moment of power is emerging. Attuning yourself to these changes enables you to sense when they are more open to suggestion, more willing to compromise, or more receptive to a new perspective. Noticing these shifts allows you to align your next step accordingly, steering the conversation naturally toward mutual understanding. Framing pivotal points with clarity and precision is another means of guiding the exchange. When you sense that a key moment has arrived, presenting your ideas in a way that emphasizes their value and practicality draws attention and respect. Instead of overwhelming the other person with details, focus on the essential message. Crafting your words with brevity and precision allows them to resonate without distraction, giving your message weight and significance. This clarity in framing compels the other party to consider the essence of what you are proposing, creating a greater impact and subtly guiding their thought process. A powerful technique during these windows is leveraging agreements to build momentum. When the other person agrees, even on a minor point, it creates a sense of shared ground that can be expanded. By acknowledging and reinforcing these small agreements, you build a foundation of trust and alignment. Each point of agreement, no matter how small, becomes a stepping stone toward a more significant consensus. In these moments, subtly emphasizing the value of collaboration over opposition draws the other party further into alignment with your perspective. Through building upon these initial points of commonality, you can amplify momentum and guide the conversation toward increasingly meaningful agreements. Introducing carefully selected insights can also turn a pivotal moment into a turning point. When you recognize that the other person is open and receptive, offering insights that deepen the conversation creates opportunities for influence. These insights should not be forceful but rather gentle nudges that provoke thought or expand perspective. The introduction of a fresh viewpoint, framed in a way that invites curiosity, can shift the conversation's direction without resistance. By seizing these openings to share perspectives that inspire reflection, you position yourself as someone who not only understands the conversation, but also brings added value to it. In addition, redirecting energy when it feels stalled or resistant can be critical in making the most of a moment. If you sense that the conversation is becoming stagnant or that the other party is resistant, introducing a new element or question can rekindle engagement. This might involve presenting a hypothetical scenario, asking for their opinion on a related topic, or even shifting focus momentarily to relieve pressure. When the conversation is redirected with purpose, it renews interest and creates fresh pathways for collaboration, leading the other person to re-engage with the discussion's flow. Rather than confronting resistance, redirecting allows you to gently steer around obstacles without confrontation, maintaining the conversation's constructive tone. Speaking with conviction during key moments is a fundamental part of commanding influence. When you sense that a critical moment has arrived, the way you present your thoughts becomes as important as the words themselves. Confidence in your voice, steadiness in your tone, and unwavering eye contact convey self-assurance and resolve. This confident delivery tells the other person that what you are saying holds importance, encouraging them to take your words seriously. Conviction has a magnetic effect, compelling attention and respect, which in turn bolsters your position and guides the conversation in your favor. In recognizing these moments of power, you learn to use them as strategic pivots that transform discussions into opportunities for alignment and understanding. Each pivotal moment, when harnessed with intention and skill, brings you closer to guiding the conversation effectively toward your goal. Chapter 7. Balancing Confidence and Humility. Mastering the balance between confidence and humility is an art that gives you a unique presence, one that commands respect while inviting trust. Confidence without humility can easily come across as arrogance, creating barriers in communication and diminishing genuine connection. Humility without confidence, on the other hand, can make you seem hesitant, which can lead others to question your ideas or decisions. Striking the right balance between these two forces is essential for a demeanor that is both powerful and approachable, a combination that fosters meaningful dialogue and opens doors to influence. Confidence is grounded in self-assurance and conviction. It's the quiet belief in your abilities, your understanding of the topic at hand, and your value within the conversation. When you are genuinely confident, you radiate a sense of stability that others find reassuring, even if they disagree with you. This confidence should stem from preparation, self-knowledge, and a sense of purpose, rather than an inflated ego. When you speak or present an idea with this inner stability, others naturally lean in, sensing the strength of your convictions and feeling drawn to listen. Your confidence should be like a solid anchor, grounding you firmly so that no matter the course of the conversation, you maintain a steady, assured presence. Humility, however, brings the openness that makes your confidence accessible to others. True humility is not self-deprecation. Rather, it's a recognition that no matter how much you know, there is always more to learn. When you approach others with humility, you signal that their perspectives, insights, and experiences hold value, encouraging them to share openly. This quality breaks down walls and invites trust, as others feel that their voices will be heard and respected. Humility encourages collaboration because it prioritizes mutual respect and acknowledges the strengths in others. It gives people the assurance that even if you hold a strong view, you're open to reconsidering it in light of new information, making you adaptable and open-minded. The key to balancing these traits is in finding a natural rhythm between asserting and listening. When you speak, let your words carry the weight of your conviction, but equally, when others speak, give them the room to be heard without interruption. This rhythmic exchange, asserting your ideas with clarity, then stepping back to listen, creates a flow that invites contribution and builds rapport. People feel more inclined to follow your lead when they sense that their voice also matters. By creating this balance, you establish a presence that draws others in, making them feel part of the conversation rather than spectators to it. Another essential aspect of balance is the willingness to acknowledge when you don't know something. Admitting a gap in your knowledge doesn't diminish your credibility, it strengthens it. When you openly acknowledge that there is more to understand, or a new perspective to consider, you project a confidence that is real, one that does not need to pretend omniscience to maintain authority. This act shows that your confidence is rooted in authenticity, and that your humility is genuine. When others see this openness, they are often more willing to share insights, opinions, and suggestions that they might have held back otherwise, allowing the conversation to deepen in a productive, respectful way. Practicing this balance also means remaining composed under criticism. When confidence and humility coexist, they enable you to handle criticism with poise. Instead of reacting defensively, you can view feedback as an opportunity to refine your ideas or approaches. Humility allows you to separate your self-worth from the criticism, viewing it as constructive rather than personal. Confidence, in turn, helps you assess the validity of the feedback without losing sight of your strengths or goals. This balanced response to criticism conveys maturity and self-awareness, characteristics that build respect and inspire trust from others. This balance also plays out in the subtle language you use. Confident language avoids hedging or excessive qualification, giving your statements a sense of direction and purpose. At the same time, it can be softened by humility, which invites dialogue rather than imposing a viewpoint. For instance, framing ideas with phrases like, "in my experience," or "what I've seen is," conveys confidence in what you know while leaving room for others to contribute their perspectives. This approach doesn't demand agreement. It seeks understanding. It reflects an approach that values shared exploration, where your insights are offered not as absolute truths, but as pieces of a larger conversation. Nonverbal communication also reflects this balance. Body language that is open, calm, and grounded conveys confidence without appearing closed off or unapproachable. Maintaining steady, relaxed eye contact and a posture that is both poised and receptive signals to others that you are fully present, both confident in yourself and genuinely interested in engaging. The way you hold yourself should project a quiet assurance, combined with openness, indicating that you are equally prepared to share and to listen. Through these subtle cues, others can sense your confidence, but they also feel your respect, inviting them to engage freely and openly. Balancing confidence and humility creates a magnetic quality that attracts others without overpowering them. It invites respect while building trust, allowing you to lead naturally without dictating. This presence helps you navigate complex conversations, gaining cooperation and inspiring loyalty. It's a blend that requires self-awareness and intention, cultivating a demeanor that is at once grounded and open, a demeanor that others feel drawn to follow, collaborate with, and support. Chapter 8. Unbreakable Trust Building. Trust is the bedrock of any meaningful relationship, and in the realm of negotiation, it is essential for creating environments conducive to collaboration and open dialogue. Building unbreakable trust requires intentionality and authenticity, a commitment to fostering relationships grounded in transparency and respect. This foundation allows you to navigate complex discussions with a sense of security, knowing that both parties can rely on each other's word, intentions, and follow-through. At the heart of trust building lies consistency in actions and words. People are naturally inclined to observe behavior over time, looking for patterns that inform their expectations. When you consistently follow through on commitments and maintain alignment between what you say and what you do, you reinforce the idea that you are dependable. This consistency does not just apply to major commitments, but extends to small interactions as well. The little promises kept, arriving on time, responding promptly, or showing up for scheduled discussions contribute to an overall perception of reliability. Each instance builds a layer of trust, creating a solid reputation that others can count on. Moreover, openness in communication plays a crucial role in establishing trust. Sharing relevant information, being candid about challenges, and offering insights into your decision-making processes fosters a climate of transparency. This openness invites others to do the same, breaking down barriers and encouraging authentic dialogue. When people feel safe to express their thoughts, they are more likely to reciprocate trust. By articulating your intentions clearly, you demonstrate a commitment to honesty, allowing others to feel secure in their interactions with you. Another critical aspect of trust building is demonstrating empathy. Understanding and acknowledging the emotions and perspectives of others fosters deeper connections. When you actively listen and validate their experiences, you signal that you value their input and well-being. Empathy transforms the negotiation dynamic from adversarial to collaborative, as it creates a sense of partnership rather than competition. By demonstrating that you care about their concerns, you inspire confidence and trust in your willingness to work together toward mutually beneficial solutions. Accountability is also paramount. When you make a mistake or fall short, owning up to it openly reinforces your integrity. Acknowledging errors without deflection demonstrates courage and a commitment to personal growth. Instead of undermining trust, accountability enhances it, as it shows that you are willing to learn from experiences and adjust your approach. Others appreciate when you take responsibility, viewing it as a mark of strength and authenticity. This openness invites reciprocal accountability, allowing for a stronger mutual bond. In addition, creating opportunities for shared experiences can significantly enhance trust. Engaging in collaborative projects, team-building exercises, or even casual interactions outside of formal discussions can strengthen the relational fabric. These experiences foster a sense of camaraderie and shared purpose, allowing individuals to see each other beyond the negotiation table. When people work together toward common goals, they cultivate a deeper understanding of one another's strengths, values, and intentions, further solidifying the foundation of trust. Feedback loops are another powerful tool. Establishing a culture where constructive feedback is encouraged nurtures trust and mutual respect. When you invite input on your performance, decisions, or approach, you show that you value others' opinions and insights. This practice cultivates an environment where everyone feels empowered to speak up, fostering a culture of collaboration. Being receptive to feedback and demonstrating an eagerness to improve signals that you are committed to the collective success of the group, reinforcing trust within the relationship. Additionally, showing appreciation and recognition strengthens the bond of trust. Acknowledging others' contributions and expressing gratitude fosters goodwill and creates a positive atmosphere. Simple gestures like a heartfelt thank you or recognizing someone's effort in a meeting can go a long way in building rapport. When people feel appreciated, they are more likely to reciprocate that trust and commitment. This recognition humanizes interactions, creating an emotional connection that enhances the relational dynamic. In negotiations, establishing clear boundaries also plays a vital role in fostering trust. When you communicate your values and limits transparently, others understand what to expect from you. This clarity helps prevent misunderstandings and sets the stage for open dialogue. By articulating your boundaries without defensiveness, you demonstrate respect for yourself and for others, which contributes to a culture of mutual trust. Moreover, patience is essential in trust building. Trust is not built overnight. It develops gradually through consistent effort and shared experiences. Investing time in nurturing relationships, engaging in meaningful conversations, and creating a supportive environment fosters deeper connections. Trust grows from a foundation of shared values, and it requires ongoing attention and care. By remaining patient and committed to the process, you cultivate an environment where trust can flourish, paving the way for more productive negotiations. Ultimately, unbreakable trust is built through a combination of consistency, openness, empathy, accountability, shared experiences, and recognition. By cultivating these qualities, you establish a reputation for reliability that naturally enhances your position in any negotiation. When trust is present, both parties feel empowered to collaborate, share ideas, and pursue mutually beneficial outcomes. This strong foundation of trust not only enhances the negotiation process, but also lays the groundwork for enduring relationships that extend beyond individual interactions. Chapter 9. The Subtle Science of Compromise. Compromise is often seen as a delicate balancing act in negotiations, yet it embodies a sophisticated art that can lead to favorable outcomes for all involved. The essence of effective compromise lies in understanding that yielding on certain points doesn't equate to a loss. Rather, it can serve as a strategic maneuver that enhances your position in the long run. To navigate this nuanced terrain successfully, one must cultivate a mindset that recognizes the value of mutual satisfaction while skillfully maintaining a competitive edge. At the core of this approach is the importance of preparation. Entering negotiations with a well-defined understanding of your priorities and non-negotiables is crucial. Identify which aspects of the discussion are most important to you and where you have the flexibility to adapt. This clarity allows you to approach negotiations from a position of strength, enabling you to discern when to hold firm and when to make concessions. Preparation also involves anticipating the other party's needs and motivations, equipping you to propose solutions that feel balanced and equitable. Active listening emerges as a pivotal skill in this dynamic. By genuinely engaging with the other party's concerns and desires, you not only demonstrate respect, but also gain valuable insights into their position. This understanding enables you to identify areas where compromise may be feasible, without compromising your own goals. Listening attentively can reveal underlying interests that may not be explicitly stated, allowing you to craft solutions that address both parties' needs. Such solutions can create a sense of collaboration, rather than competition, fostering a more positive negotiating environment. Employing the principle of reciprocity can also be an effective strategy in negotiations. When you make a concession, it's beneficial to frame it in a way that encourages the other party to reciprocate. For instance, if you're willing to adjust your position on one issue, communicate this clearly and suggest that it opens the door for them to consider a concession on their end. This approach cultivates an atmosphere of mutual give and take, where both parties feel they are gaining from the interaction. By emphasizing collaboration, you reduce the perceived risk of compromise, positioning it as a pathway toward a win-win situation. Utilizing the power of framing can significantly influence how concessions are perceived. Rather than viewing a concession as a surrender, it can be framed as a strategic choice that enhances the overall outcome. Highlight the benefits that the other party will receive as a result of your concession, while subtly reinforcing your own priorities. This tactic shifts the focus from what is given up to what is gained, allowing both parties to feel satisfied with the outcome. By crafting the narrative around concessions, you create a positive association with compromise, making it easier for others to embrace the idea. Incorporating creativity into the negotiation process opens new avenues for compromise. Often, parties become entrenched in specific positions, but by thinking outside the box, you can identify alternative solutions that satisfy both parties' interests. Encouraging brainstorming sessions or exploring options that may initially seem unconventional can lead to innovative resolutions. This willingness to explore various possibilities fosters collaboration and can lead to outcomes that surpass initial expectations. The ability to adapt and find creative solutions not only enhances your negotiation skills, but also deepens trust and rapport with the other party. Timing also plays a critical role in the art of compromise. Recognizing when to propose concessions can influence the negotiation's trajectory. In heated discussions, it may be beneficial to wait for the right moment to introduce your willingness to compromise. Timing your concessions strategically, such as after a breakthrough in discussion or when tensions begin to ease, can maximize their impact. This approach allows you to maintain your negotiating position while facilitating a more constructive dialogue, ultimately leading to more fruitful compromises. The concept of anchoring further illustrates the mechanics of compromise. By strategically presenting your initial proposal or concession, you establish a reference point that influences the negotiation's trajectory. This anchor can guide the other party's expectations, making subsequent concessions appear more reasonable in the context you've established. However, anchoring should be executed with care. It requires awareness of the other party's perceptions and flexibility to adapt your approach based on their responses. This tactical maneuvering enables you to retain control over the negotiation process while still allowing for compromise. Additionally, patience is an invaluable asset. The desire for quick resolutions can lead to hasty decisions that undermine the potential for effective compromise. Allowing time for reflection can create space for all parties to reassess their positions and consider the value of concessions. Sometimes, stepping back from the negotiation table to regroup can yield a fresh perspective, opening doors to new possibilities for compromise that may not have been apparent in the heat of the moment. Finally, the importance of maintaining a positive relationship cannot be overstated. Compromise is not merely about achieving a specific outcome. It's about fostering a collaborative atmosphere that encourages future interactions. Approaching negotiations with a long-term perspective helps you navigate the delicate dance of compromise more effectively. By prioritizing the relationship and demonstrating a genuine interest in mutual satisfaction, you lay the groundwork for ongoing collaboration, ensuring that future negotiations are built on a foundation of trust and respect. Mastering the subtle science of compromise transforms negotiations from confrontational encounters into collaborative dialogues. By preparing thoughtfully, actively listening, framing concessions effectively, embracing creativity, timing your offers wisely, utilizing anchoring, practicing patience, and nurturing relationships, you cultivate an environment where compromise becomes a strategic tool for achieving favorable outcomes. In this space, both parties can navigate the complexities of negotiation with confidence, ultimately paving the way for solutions that are beneficial for all. Chapter 10. Closing with Finesse. The final moments of a negotiation hold immense power. They can determine not just the outcome at hand, but also set the stage for future interactions. Closing a deal with finesse involves more than merely signing on the dotted line. It requires an understanding of the nuances that make an ending both satisfying and strategic. Approaching the closing phase with intention can transform a successful negotiation into a lasting partnership. A critical aspect of this phase is the art of affirmation. Recognizing and celebrating the progress made during the negotiation can foster goodwill and create a positive atmosphere. By acknowledging the other party's contributions and expressing appreciation for their openness, you enhance the emotional tone of the closing. This affirmation serves not only to reinforce the positive aspects of the negotiation, but also to strengthen the relationship. By highlighting mutual successes, you establish a shared sense of accomplishment that encourages continued collaboration. Clarity is essential when finalizing agreements. Ensure that all parties have a mutual understanding of the terms discussed and the commitments being made. Taking the time to summarize key points reinforces transparency and helps prevent misunderstandings in the future. This clarity not only solidifies the current agreement, but also demonstrates professionalism and reliability, which can instill confidence in the other party. When both sides feel clear about their roles and responsibilities, the foundation for future interactions is fortified. Incorporating a strategic pause can also enhance the closing process. This pause allows both parties to reflect on the agreement and the journey that led to this moment. A brief moment of silence can encourage contemplation and may prompt further thoughts or questions that hadn't been addressed. This deliberate pacing not only underscores the importance of the decision being made, but also allows for a natural rhythm in the conversation. By creating space for reflection, you reinforce the significance of the negotiation while keeping the dialogue open. Emphasizing shared vision during the closing phase can solidify the relationship moving forward. By articulating a common goal or a vision for the future, you create a sense of unity that extends beyond the current agreement. This shared vision can inspire excitement and commitment from both sides, making it easier to navigate any potential challenges that may arise in future collaborations. When parties are aligned in their aspirations, they are more likely to work cohesively, even in the face of obstacles. Additionally, the closing phase is an excellent opportunity to plant seeds for future interactions. By discussing potential areas for further collaboration, you signal that the relationship extends beyond this negotiation. This forward-thinking approach demonstrates a commitment to ongoing partnership and opens the door for future opportunities. By articulating ways to build upon the current agreement, you create a narrative of continued growth, reinforcing the value of the relationship. Moreover, ensuring that all aspects of the agreement are documented accurately is paramount. This documentation serves not only as a formal record, but also as a tool for accountability. When both parties have a clear reference point, the likelihood of disputes diminishes, and trust is reinforced. Effective documentation conveys professionalism and establishes a sense of security, allowing both parties to engage in future discussions with confidence. To further enhance the closing experience, consider the power of follow-up actions. After the negotiation concludes, a thoughtful follow-up can solidify the relationship and demonstrate your commitment to the agreement. A simple message expressing gratitude for the partnership and reaffirming your enthusiasm for future collaboration can make a lasting impression. This follow-up not only serves as a touchpoint, but also reinforces the positive emotional connections established during the negotiation. Engaging in storytelling can also be a powerful tool at this stage. By sharing a narrative about how this agreement aligns with the broader journey of both parties, you can evoke emotions that strengthen the bond. Storytelling creates a vivid image of the potential impact of the agreement, making it more relatable and meaningful. This narrative approach not only highlights the significance of the deal, but also leaves a lasting imprint that enhances the likelihood of future collaborations. Lastly, the importance of maintaining a graceful exit cannot be overstated. Ending on a high note involves ensuring that both parties leave the negotiation feeling positive about the outcome. Expressing confidence in the agreement and the partnership ahead can uplift the emotional state of all involved. A warm, sincere farewell reinforces the notion that this negotiation is just the beginning of a fruitful relationship. Closing with finesse is about more than securing a deal. It's about cultivating an environment of respect, collaboration, and mutual benefit. By practicing affirmation, ensuring clarity, utilizing strategic pauses, emphasizing shared visions, planting seeds for future collaboration, documenting agreements, engaging in follow-up actions, incorporating storytelling, and maintaining graceful exits, you can turn the closing moments of negotiation into a celebration of partnership. This approach not only seals the current deal, but lays the groundwork for ongoing success, ensuring that future opportunities are ripe for exploration. Chapter 11. Refining the Mastery. Every negotiation serves as a valuable lesson, a unique opportunity to refine your skills and enhance your understanding of the intricate dynamics at play. Embracing a mindset of continuous improvement transforms each encounter into a stepping stone toward mastery. By approaching negotiations as learning experiences rather than mere transactions, you foster a growth-oriented perspective that will serve you well in both personal and professional realms. Reflection is a powerful tool in this journey. After each negotiation, take the time to analyze what transpired, both the successes and the areas for improvement. Consider the strategies that were effective and those that fell short. Engaging in self-assessment allows you to identify patterns in your behavior and decision-making, revealing insights that can be leveraged in future negotiations. This process of introspection encourages you to confront challenges head-on and seek out new approaches. Moreover, soliciting feedback from colleagues and peers can provide a broader perspective on your negotiation style. Inviting constructive criticism enables you to see beyond your own biases and assumptions. By understanding how others perceive your actions and decisions, you gain valuable insights into areas for growth. This openness to feedback fosters a culture of collaboration and trust, which can enhance your negotiation abilities over time. As you refine your mastery, it's essential to expand your knowledge base. Staying informed about the latest trends in negotiation tactics, psychology, and industry standards can provide you with a competitive edge. Engaging with books, articles, workshops, and seminars offers fresh perspectives and innovative strategies that can enrich your repertoire. The more you learn, the more adaptable and resourceful you become in various negotiation contexts. Practicing mindfulness can significantly enhance your negotiation skills. Being fully present during negotiations allows you to pick up on subtle cues and emotions that may otherwise go unnoticed. This heightened awareness enables you to respond more thoughtfully to the needs and concerns of others, ultimately facilitating a more constructive dialogue. Mindfulness also helps in managing stress and anxiety, allowing you to approach negotiations with a calm and centered demeanor. Additionally, honing your emotional intelligence is crucial in refining your mastery. Understanding your own emotions and the emotions of others empowers you to navigate the complexities of interpersonal dynamics effectively. By cultivating empathy and active listening skills, you create an environment where all parties feel heard and valued. This emotional attunement can lead to more meaningful connections, fostering an atmosphere of collaboration rather than competition. Incorporating role-playing exercises into your practice can also enhance your skills. Simulating various negotiation scenarios allows you to experiment with different strategies and approaches in a safe environment. This practice not only builds confidence, but also helps you anticipate potential challenges and develop effective responses. By actively engaging in these simulations, you can identify your strengths and areas for growth, ultimately refining your negotiation style. Networking with experienced negotiators can provide valuable mentorship opportunities. Learning from those who have successfully navigated challenging negotiations can offer insights that are often gained only through experience. Engaging in discussions with mentors or peers about their approaches, techniques, and lessons learned can help you develop a richer understanding of the negotiation landscape. Embracing adaptability is a cornerstone of mastery. The ability to adjust your strategies and tactics based on the specific context and the individuals involved is essential. Recognizing that each negotiation is unique encourages you to think creatively and approach challenges with an open mind. This flexibility allows you to navigate unexpected obstacles and seize opportunities that may arise during discussions. Finally, celebrating your successes, no matter how small, is crucial to maintaining motivation on your journey. Recognizing the progress you've made reinforces a positive mindset and encourages you to keep striving for excellence. Documenting these victories in a personal journal can serve as a powerful reminder of your growth, helping you stay focused on your development as an exceptional negotiator. Refining your mastery is a lifelong pursuit. By committing to reflection, seeking feedback, expanding your knowledge, practicing mindfulness, enhancing emotional intelligence, engaging in role-playing, networking with mentors, embracing adaptability, and celebrating your successes, you lay the groundwork for continuous growth. Each negotiation becomes a valuable opportunity to enhance your skills, deepen your understanding, and move closer to becoming a master negotiator. Conclusion. As we reach the end of this exploration into the art of negotiation, it's essential to reflect on the journey you've embarked upon. Each chapter has unveiled the layers that compose the intricate dance of influence, revealing that negotiation is not merely about tactics or outcomes, but about fostering connections and understanding human behavior. The skills you've cultivated, reading the invisible landscape, crafting your presence, mastering the language of persuasion, and navigating the emotional currents, are not just tools for success. They are gateways to richer, more meaningful interactions. In a world where every conversation holds the potential for transformation, your ability to negotiate effectively sets you apart. It empowers you to advocate for your needs while simultaneously honoring the perspectives and aspirations of others. The true essence of negotiation lies in collaboration, where each party leaves the table feeling valued and understood. This mutual respect creates an environment where long-lasting relationships can flourish, opening doors to opportunities that extend far beyond a single interaction. As you continue on your path, remember that mastery in negotiation is an evolving process. With every experience, you have the chance to refine your skills, deepen your understanding, and enhance your ability to influence outcomes. Embrace the challenges that come your way, for they are often the most profound teachers. Whether you face a heated negotiation or a simple request, approach each situation with the mindset of a learner, ready to adapt and grow. Let the insights you've gained serve as guiding principles in your daily life. Approach conversations with curiosity, empathy, and authenticity. Cultivate an unwavering commitment to building trust and rapport, recognizing that every interaction shapes your reputation as a negotiator. By fostering an environment of openness and respect, you not only enhance your ability to influence, but also contribute to a culture of collaboration and understanding. Ultimately, negotiation is a reflection of who you are. It encapsulates your values, your approach to relationships, and your desire to create win-win outcomes. As you step into the world, armed with the knowledge and skills you've acquired, may you navigate the landscape of negotiations with confidence and grace. Continue to hone your craft, stay attuned to the subtle dynamics at play, and embrace the journey ahead. The art of negotiation is yours to master, and with it, the power to create a more harmonious and successful existence in both your personal and professional endeavors.